it is. Some of you, maybe very few of you, may recognize this car. As if not, here's a recap. So first of all, who was that guy? Well, it's not one of us. It's not Erwin, not my boyfriend, or not me. Luke is the owner of this project.
Hi Luke, how are you?
Good.
And as you can see, Luke's not here. He doesn't want to be in the camera. He doesn't like publicity. So that's why I'm the victim and I do the talking about this project together with Erwin. I can tell a little background story about this car. And it all started when this car was completely stock. It started just as a bone stock Ford Fiesta ST. So Luke did lots of track days with this car when it was stock. So when this car was stock, he destroyed 3 engines. And that's why we chose for a different approach. So Erwin did swap the K20 turbo into this car. So with his new setup, he was completely happy. He did track days and the engine was perfect. The other thing was the transmission. He destroyed many transmissions and it was time to do something else. And here it is. So he wanted a complete bulletproof setup. And to start with was a bulletproof transmission. Plus he wanted an all-wheel drive. And voila, here it is, a GR6 from an R35.
At first we tried putting this transmission inside the original Fiesta. And by cutting the room for the transmission. After cutting away stuff, it became clear that we needed to do a tube chassis. And that's why it's now a tube chassis with the original Fiesta body. And that body has also been cut a lot to fit the R5 body kit from VRC.
Yeah, that's what somebody questioned me what kind of body kit it was. So I'm happy that you can confirm what kind of body kit it was.
So it has a R5 VRC body kit with everything from the car. So the hood scoop, the mirrors and the spoiler. In the front there is now a K24 turbo with a G35 and a dry sump. Under the turbo, down under the turbo, you can find a location for a front differential. This is also from the Nissan GT-R.
And if you can see, we made space for the front differential.
We fitted the engine vertically to make as much space for the differential housing and steering rack, but unless it was a very tight space, so that's why the steering rack is very low and maybe a little bit too far in the back. But yeah, we need to look into the suspension after a little while. At first we need to make an engine mount on this side, and we used a BMW water pump, and also the dry sump pump takes a lot of space, and that's why we redesigned the water housing to fit different alternator, because the Honda alternator is too weak to power all the electrics in this car. Many things on this car already have been viewed and made some parts for. At first the bells for the brake disc were made, brake rotors, and we made the bells in the center. This is from machined aluminium. As you can see in the rims, we already tested them. These are 380 brake disc from a Nissan GT-R. With ZL1 Camaro brake calipers. Also in the front we have the same setup.
The front is gone.
The front is laying here. Paired with the 18-inch rims with big tires. So it's 275 at the front and it is 315 at the rear. It's a big boy for this car, but we noticed the small tires were not handling the power well. power plants of this car will be around 700 horsepower. Yeah, the K24 is more than capable of that. All the electrics in the car will be done by us. We will use a civic S7 for the engine control.
Civic S7? Wow. So we have boost back in.
Pairing it with the original transmission controller. Also the car will have thermal tire temperature sensors. Leslie requested some brake assist because he doesn't like the very hard pedal in the car with a pedal box. So that's why we choose for a Tesla Model I brake booster, and we will wire this up standalone. So yeah, it enhanced the brake power and it will be fitted under the floor, but we may need to make some room for that. Some things we made in the car were like a double floor. So we have the floor of the driver compartment, and beneath this will be a separate tube, and this tube will make the floor flat. So it will have a aluminium floor paneling from the front to the rear, also following the curves of the diffuser, and this made for room like a transmission cooler that will vent out of the side skirt. And on the other side, under the passenger, we will have the exhaust system. So turbo will blow out underneath, besides the drive shaft, and then the exhaust goes to the lower portion of the car, and then we will exit here somewhere on the side, but that will be shown at video soon. Besides all the electrics from the Nissan GT-R that are original, so like the ABS unit that also will be fitted with a custom wiring loom. Choose for the Blink Marine race pad on the steering wheel, and now we have a lot of functions on this panel, but also Luke wanted to get the rally vibes in the car, so he chose for the PMC sequential gear lever. We will be wiring straightly to the display, and the display will output the same signal as a pedal on the steering wheel. So that way we can choose which one to do the shifting. Most of the engine and transmission data will be shown as importantly to the middle dash. And then we have a big screen there for tire temperature, warnings and everything else. Something like the switches for the lighting will be shown there, but we also can switch pages for both screens.
Soon I will start with the exhaust manifold, the turbo manifold. Not only the manifold, I will also start with the exhaust system. And in the meantime, Erwin is already busy with the electronics. Now it's a fully built K24 with a Plasma 8 injector intake manifold. Oh yeah, and the Turbo Smart 50mm wastegate. And you also have the anti-lag valve as well. And as you can see, there's a lot of dust on this car because this car has been paused because the owner Luke was renovating his home. So and now it was Fiesta time. So very soon we will start recording this project. There was one question which I didn't answer yet, as what's the purpose of this build? Where is it going to be used? Well, it's mainly for track days and Nordschleife, but maybe in the future when it's completely done and properly tested, it will be for hill climbing, maybe. So if you have any further questions about this project, please put them below under this video and we will answer them maybe in the next one. And with this I want to end up the video and I'll see you next time.